If you're a young African American, an immigrant, you can go anywhere in this state. You just need to be conservative.
Yo, breaking news. Lindsey Graham gone at 71. Lindsey Graham is gone, y'all. Yo, first Mitch McConnell, now Lindsey Graham. Yo, what happened? Yo, this is crazy. I told y'all, 2026, our ancestors are not playing. On behalf of all my battle buddies who suffer at the hands of Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, you voted for the war in freaking Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm a very angry war veteran. You voted against same-sex marriage. You know, my roommate in freaking Afghanistan, his name was Jason. Jason was gay. Jason was treated like shit because he was gay. On his behalf and on behalf of all the veterans out there who, because of your shitty ass decisions, they ended up wounded, PTSD, never getting treated. On behalf of all of those veterans, Lindsey Graham, I am so happy that you're looking up at us right now.
Senator Lindsey Graham is a Republican who has been in that seat for over 2 decades. I need you to understand some of the policies that Lindsey Graham has single-handedly swung into motion and the people that have been impacted by it. Senator Lindsey Graham started off not being a supporter of President Donald Trump, but has since become one of the major supporters and advisors to President Donald Trump. You may know that Senator Lindsey Graham is a huge supporter of Israel and was staunchly against limiting firearms to Israel. Senator Lindsey Graham is the same one that said about Greta and her friends who were trying to go and take aid to Gaza, I hope they can swim. Senator Lindsey Graham is the same one who supported the war in Iran. Senator Lindsey Graham supported 500% tariffs on anyone who decided to purchase Russian oil. Says that the 500% tariffs is what caused President Putin to come to the table. I don't see that. I don't see it that way, and neither will history. Senator Lindsey Graham is the same one who supported the foolery of Venezuela when we went in and decided to kidnap their leader. Senator Lindsey Graham also was the one who supported the shutdowns, 1, 2, 3, all of them that has happened this year. Senator Lindsey Graham is the same one that says that it is the president's discretion to be able to make all of these decisions. I mean, Senator Lindsey Graham, for somebody that has been in the office for 2 decades, during the traditional Republican Party, during the rise of the Tea Party, now during the rise of the Trump Party, his rhetoric has been troubling. Senator Lindsey Graham is the same one that said that supporting Vice President Kamala Harris for president is more dangerous than President Trump's rhetoric.
That motherfucker was 71. And he didn't even play for America. He played for Israel. I'm happy that motherfucker dead and gone. Why are you 71 years old making decisions for the future? And truthfully, the future of who? Not the future of America. But like, are we really sad to them?
Lindsey Graham dies on Saturday. By Monday, his sister, Darlene Graham Norton, is standing in Columbia, South Carolina, about to be sworn in as a United States Senator.
Today, under the law, it's my duty and honor to name someone to serve in the place of this irresistible man, this irreplaceable man.
First, I just want to say one thing I've never heard Lindsey described as is irresistible. So now to Lindsey, I miss you more than I can even put into words. But I'm going to do this. I got it.
What do you mean by that?
Darlene Graham Norton has never held elected office. she has never run a campaign. She was a private citizen 72 hours ago, and now she's writing federal law. Not because of a track record, not because of a primary, but because of a last name and a president's recommendation on Truth Social. And none of them are mad about it. They are all saying this is a great idea. Trump didn't hide it either. He said the quiet part out loud. He called it a fabulous tribute to Lindsey. A tribute. That's the qualification. Grief and bloodline. Tim Scott backed her before she'd even accepted, saying nobody understands Lindsey's heart the way his sister does. Understanding someone's heart is not a qualification for the United States Senate. It's a qualification for her to read his eulogy at the funeral. So let's be clear about what happened to all of the MAGA who might see this video. A white woman with zero political experience was handed one of the most powerful offices in the country overnight through personal connection. The exact definition they scream about when it's a black woman with a law degree and 15 years of public service. Nobody's calling Darlene Graham Norton unqualified. Nobody's asking if she earned it, because whiteness has never needed to earn it. This country, whiteness inherits. This is the dichotomy we live inside. DEI was never a policy critique. It was a permission structure, permission to question black competence everywhere it shows up. The permission to never once question white succession, even when it looks exactly like what they claim to hate. Affirmative action for me is a scandal. Affirmative action for you and for them is just a Tuesday in South Carolina. And that, my friend, is why I am exhausted with this country today.
I'm so tired, yeah. I'm so tired.
What's happening? What's good? Welcome back to this YouTube space, and I have here a video. I need to talk about it because there's more to learn about the video, and there's more to share about it. It's about the Senator Lindsey Graham of the US. He died on July 12th, and his death have had a lot of things, reaction from people, different group of people are reacting on it in a different ways, you know. Mostly black Americans, the reaction are honest and raw. People are reacting on the death. You know, when someone dies, we expect people to mourn, people to be low, people to be stressed, you know. But if you watch at the reaction right now on the media, you will find out that the people are reacting it in a different way. People feel like people are just feeling relief of everything, because they say that they feel like this person let him just go. I have clips here, alright? Watch them. I'm going to come back with my commentary about the video, and kindly if you're new here, subscribe here. Tell me in the comments what do you think about the video, and let's roll the video. I'll come back.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that Senator Lindsey Graham was a great and honorable man just because he's dead, because he wasn't. Lindsey Graham was a miserable, evil warmonger with no principles. The sad, pathetic end of his career is a testament to a Republican Party that's become a cult to Donald Trump. And I don't care what anybody says from the Republican Party. I'm not going to take any lectures from them after they support a president who virtually spit on the graves of John McCain, Robert Mueller, and Rob Reiner. What made Lindsey Graham so horrible is that he knew better. He was close friends with Republican Senator John McCain, the man Trump attacked in life and kept attacking after he died in 2018. And then he snuggled up to Trump like a puppy dog begging for a bone from his owner. What kind of man befriends the enemy of his deceased best friend? Trump gave out Lindsey Graham's personal cell phone number to the world, and Lindsey laughed it off like the beta male that he always was. What I hate about Lindsey Graham is that he knew exactly who Trump was from the beginning. He called Trump
A race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He said he's
unfit for office.
And said that he
doesn't have the temperament or judgment to control himself.
Graham said that Trump would be
The most flawed nominee in the history of the Republican Party.
And after all that, he became Trump's little lapdog. Yes, he briefly broke with Trump after the January 6th insurrection and said,
"Count me out. Enough is enough."
but the very next month he was cozying up to Trump again. And just last year, Graham said that
Trump is my favorite president.
And why?
We're killing all the right people.
And that's who Lindsey Graham was. A man who got a hard-on for war. Afghanistan, Iraq, Venezuela, Cuba, Iran. It didn't matter for Lindsey.
I go back to South Carolina. I'm asking them to send their sons and daughters over to the Mideast.
Graham recently told Israel,
Why is it okay for America to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? To Israel, do whatever you have to do.
I don't care if Lindsey Graham was gay and spent his whole life in the closet. That's a struggle his conscience had to deal with and take to his grave. I do care that he spent his entire career supporting a party that tried to hurt LGBTQ people. And that's the problem. It's the constant lies and hypocrisy from Graham and the Republican Party. When President Obama nominated a Supreme Court justice in 2016, Graham made up a new rule that we can't fill a vacancy in the last year of a president's term. But then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died in the last few months of Trump's first term, Graham changed the rule and pushed Amy Coney Barrett onto the Supreme Court 1 week before Election Day.
And you could use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right.
He did the same thing on abortion. First he said
They should decide the issue of abortion.
Then a few months later, he supported a national abortion ban because
This is not a states' rights issue.
today's Republicans have no principles but power. If they will sell their souls to Trump, they'll sell their souls to the next highest bidder as well. But now that Lindsey Graham is dead and Mitch McConnell may be next, it's time for us to put a stop once and for all to the mad cult of Donald Trump.
South Carolina Lindsey Graham's sudden unaliving due to an unexpected illness was not on my radar. And with the midterms being about 4 months away, only have one thing to say. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Riri. Happy birthday to me. Actually, it's belated birthday. My birthday was July the 8th. My mom wanted me to let y'all know that I am 50 years old.
Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, white supremacy people, who cares? I mean, honestly, who cares? Because we have other things that's so important in this country. And honestly, truthfully, I could truly care less. I could care less because we have bigger fish to fry in this country.
So Lindsey Graham died July 12, 2026. He was 71. Doctors said it was a tear in an artery near his heart, and this happened just days after he got back from a trip to Ukraine. Nobody saw it coming, but the second the news hit, you could already tell the internet was not about to be sad about it. If you're wondering why people are laughing instead of crying, it's really not that hard to figure out. This man had a career full of stuff people just never forgot. But before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. You'll find all their handles in my description box. But for now, let me play you a few more clips and then I'll be back with more commentary.
Well, the breaking news is that Senator Lindsey Graham has passed away. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. Now, let's not make any mistakes here and let's not sugarcoat, at least not from my platform. We're not going to sugarcoat, okay, what this senator has done over the course of decades. Okay, he has adamantly voted against anything black. Okay, so let's be clear. And I see a lot of people with big platforms with this, oh, we're not going to do this, we're not, because, no. And this is why the Dems get torched at the polls, because they're weak. And they're going to come out today with all these praises for a man that stomped on the Voting Rights Act, women's rights, health care, everything possible to advance not only people of color, but America in general. He stepped on it. He voted against it. Okay, but we're going to get on this Beyonce's internet and sing praises and try to be politically correct. Well, I'm not. I'm not gonna fake and pretend as though he has been this great man, because he has not. He has been ruthless. He has been racist. Okay? And he has hurt a lot of Americans' day-to-day life with his voting. He had chosen his path to be a racist. Okay? And for us to get on this internet and pretend as though he's all this high might, what legislation did he vote for that helped the American people? What legislation did he vote for that did not hurt the American people, the working poor, the working class, the less fortunate. Oh no, he sat in that seat for decades and did absolutely nothing.
Spading, xenophobic, religious bigot.
Lindsey Graham is dead at 71, and why would we honor someone in death who did not lead an honorable life? All you have to do is look back at this clip from 2016 to hear what he had to say about Donald Trump then.
He doesn't represent my party. He doesn't represent the values that the men and women who wear the uniform are fighting for. Because what Mr. Trump is doing, and I don't think he has a clue about anything, he's putting our soldiers and diplomats at risk.
And then look at this clip from 2026.
I spent 4.5 hours with President Trump Friday. Here's what I think will happen next. If this deal fails, President Trump is going to take the Strait of Hormuz over by force. And if Iran contests control of the Strait of Hormuz by the United States, we will obliterate them.
They're not worried about their legacy because they know that we're going to whitewash it. Let's not do that. Let how Lindsey Graham is being ridiculed in death serve as a warning to people who are continuing to do harm.
Now, in this video, you see how people are reacting. Some people are joking. Some people are just blunt text. Some people are just breaking it down of his actual records, and we get into why so many people are now just being happy. People ain't mourning about his death, and it's crazy, you know. And people are just reacting the way they want, right? And why people will think of this thing in this way, because his unwavering support of Israel during the Gaza war, when Lindsey was supporting Israel in the Gaza war, people are talking about that because he was comparing the modern warfare to the flattening of the Berlin and Tokyo in the World War II. So when we come across these things, people are expecting people to be like people having their own view about his death or something, but it's happening that people are reacting on this issue very different and very unexpected, because nobody was thinking about that somebody will come out and talk about this thing in this manner. Because honestly speaking, when someone dies, no matter how bad they were, you have to address their how bad they are. You address them in a good way, you know. You come out with the story, address them. You are mourning them. Besides them that they are dead, they are deceased, there are people behind them. There are people of the families, the wife, the kids, and everybody. If they see, okay, somebody who has died won't be able to see the video or something. But for those who are alive, will be seeing them and they will be feeling so bad about their person who died, just an normal death, because the guy died at 71, and people are reacting on this thing very, very funny. People are laughing. People are mocking. People are just taking this thing like it's a normal thing and it's an easy thing to just handle. But in my own words, in my own view, I feel like some people have their own reason as to why they react on some things that way. Everybody have their own idea on why they act on some things in that manner. I think so, because everybody have to have their own story behind everything. So when they address this whole thing and they react on it in that manner, I feel like they have their own issues about the person who died or who did this. So tell in the comments, what do you think about the black people's reaction towards the Lindsey death and everything behind what they're talking about, and tell in the comments, all right? Let's meet in the next episode. I'm out.